as a senator of the Republic. Mr. President, I did not run to my minority leader for help in 2001. I did not ask any peer to heckle for me. I did not mobilize marchers and protesters to muddle up the issue. I did not cry foul, Mr. President. I quietly filed my reply in the best way I knew how, by invoking the rules of the Ethics Committee, even when it was obvious that lapses were committed against my interest. I acted the way a leader ought. And as I am still conscious of those lapses, Mr. President, inadvertent or otherwise, committed by some of my colleagues in 2001, I assure you, Mr. President, as I have consistently assured you, distinguished majority leader, distinguished minority leader, and the rest of our colleagues, that I have been 10 ng aking mga kasamahan sa Committee on Ethics and Privileges, we have been very careful not to commit the same. I am disappointed that at least one colleague has resorted to the same dirty politics that this administration placed on us and the Filipino people. Mr. President, I am here to do my job, to make laws. Whatever number of friends I have earned the privilege of having here is an added bonus. But even those friends understand we have to be senators first, and camaraderie should be of lesser moment. Before I end my privileged speech, with your indulgence, Mr. President, distinguished colleagues, let me perform a simple duty. Under the rules of the Committee on Ethics and Privileges, particularly sections 12 and 13, I would like to state for the record the following. Thus, Section 12, papers required to be filed and served. Every motion, judgment, resolution, order, pleading subsequent to a complaint, written motion, notice, appearance, or similar papers shall be filed with the committee and served to the parties affected. Section 13, Mr. President, modes of service. Service of pleadings, motions, orders, judgments, and other papers shall be made either personally or by mail. Mr. President, may I be allowed to leave the podium momentarily to personally serve the promulgated order of the committee dated April 15 on Senator Matuel B. Villar Jr. or his duly authorized representative. With your permission, Mr. President.
Permission granted.
May we suspend session, Mr. President, for
Session
1 minute.
suspended.
Session resumed, Mr. President.
Session resumed.
For the record, Mr. President, Senator Manuel Villar refused to receive the order of the Committee on Ethics and Privileges. Mr. President, I now defer to the collective wisdom of this august body in determining whether a member or members of this chamber committed improper conduct with the leak of the said order to the media before it was promulgated and served to the parties concerned. I so move, Mr. President.